Magandang araw mga kabarangay, pag-uusapan natin ang Game 5 win ng Hinebra kontra sa Raynor Shine. Grabing panalo to, very important win kasi 2-2 eh. Best of 7, essentially this is a best of 3 series na lang. Manalo sa game na to will have a very, very big advantage over the other team kasi kailangan ng manalo ng Raynor Shine ng dalawang sunod. And sabi nga ni Coach Tim Cone sa post-game interview, they've been here before, natalo na sila being up 3-2. So, mas maganda na i-close out nila sa linggo. Hinebra Sunday game. So, expect it to be a packed crowd. Definitely advantage for Hinebra having a packed crowd. Pero anyway, this is kind of a late upload. Medyo hapon na ngayon kasi baka hapon na ito lumabas pala. Kasi I've been out yesterday. I had to attend an event. And pagka uwi ko, diretso tulog. Hindi ko na napansin. And pagising ko, 11 na. So pagkagising ko, pinanood ko agad. Kasi medyo chine-check-check ko naman yung phone. Alam niyo, parang Kevin Durant sa yung meme na Kevin Durant sa club. Nagpa-practice ng shooting form. Ganun ako sa event kahapon. Check ako ng check ng phone para tignan yung laro. And nakikita ko, siguro mga 5 minutes straight. Then i-off ko, bubuksan ko ulit. Pero anyway, pag-usapan natin tong game na to. Natapos sa score na 111-104. Close game siya sa final score. Pero throughout the game, malaki lamang ng Hinebra. May advantage talaga Hinebra. Nung third quarter lang medyo nakahabol talaga yung Raynor Shine. Pero paglabas ni Nokum, nakabawi ulit yung Hinebra. And yun na nga kasi anyway, random tangent. Alam niyo pag nanonood kayo ng replay, alam niya na napanalo, pero sometimes nagugulat ka pa din. Like sa game na to, ganyan yung nangyari sa akin eh. Kasi syempre, nanonood ka ng replay, di ba? Alam mo na rin naman sinong gumawa. Alam mo na paano, sinong nanalo. Di ba? Alam mo na yung final score. Pero magugulat ka pa rin eh. Ganyan yung mga ginawa ni RJ sa game na to. Na parang, okay, in-expect ko naman na 31 points si RJ, pero nung pinanood ko yung replay, grabe yung mga shots ni RJ, yung shot making ni RJ. So anyway, yun ang pag-uusapan natin today, yung 31 points ni RJ Abarrientos. Kasi if RJ Abarrientos continues, di ba, to contribute this way, kahit hindi na 31, kahit yung usual 18 to 23, pero ganitong klase na contribution for this team, ang laking bagay nun. Kasi ito yung nawala sa Hinebra nung natapos na yung prime ni LA. Yung point guard na kayang mag-create of the pick and roll or handoff, whether it's going to shoot off the dribble, going to drive for a floater, or going to find the open man. And yun yung ginawa ni RJ dito sa game na to perfection. May mga plays pa nga na mukha siyang Steph Curry of the handoff. And yun yung maganda kasi kay RJ, having this kind of skill set for a guard na marami mong sasabi pag bakit mo ilalagay sa gilas yan, maliit. Pero kung titingnan mo rin naman kasi yung mga competitor ng Gilas Pilipinas, meron din naman silang mga guards na 6 flat, sometimes below. Pero ang mahalaga kasi doon is actually having that skill, 'di ba, to perform the position. Medyo sawa na, may nakita akong post sa 6-Man podcast, parang shinare niya yung isang short about the NBA having positionless basketball, pero ang nagsa-struggle lagi yung mga team na yon kasi pag kailangan maglaro ng posisyon, wala. And RJ Abarrientos kasi, pag pinanood mo siya, yes, he's kind of undersized, pero combo guard siya, point guard siya, di ba? Yung skills niya, point guard. I'd rather have a point guard like RJ Abarrientos na 6 flat instead of a 6'4", naturally a small forward. Pag didribbling ko ng bola, tatry ko gawin point guard. I'd rather have an RJ Abarrientos. And for this Hinebra team, yun yung na-unlock sa kanila ngayon. They now have a point guard who can play the position well. Pero anyway, let's go to the clips na. Enough yapping from me. I'm sorry. Lagi ko na lang tong ginagawa. Sorry. Next time talaga, I'll do better. Lagi na lang nauuna yung mga ganitong banter instead of the, actual clips. And marami-rami ako na clip dito. Pero makikita natin sa mga clips na to, kinuha ko yung mga plays kung saan si RJ ginamit niya yung defense ng Raynor Shine na aggressive na nag-shutdown sa kanya last game para maging advantage niya. Makikita natin dito, RJ Abarrientos sa pick and roll. This is Justin Brownlee. Okay, mag-go over si Mamo sa screen kasi, of course, that's RJ Abarrientos. Hindi ka mag-go under kasi titirahan ka. And dito nalalabas yung Tenorio-isms ni RJ Abarrientos. Alam nyo tong play na to. This is the classic LA Tenorio shot para sa Hinebra. Jump stop, floater, tapos board ring. Nakakatuwa lang makita si RJ na parang siya na yung nagiging LA Tenorio role, pero at the same time having the Mark Kagiwa, JJ Helterbrand hybrid skills. And sobrang saya panoorin kasi this is different eh. Iba to eh, for Hinebra eh. LA kasi, yes, of course, kaya rin naman eh LA. Pero having a guy na parang may konting swag ng Mark Kagiwa and flashiness, the shot creation of a JJ Helterbrand, while at the same time having the point guard skills of LA Tenorio sa isang player, it's kind of fun, 'di ba? Dito makikita natin, pick and roll, nag-go over in defense, and now, si number 9 is this David? Si David ba to? The RJ stopper ko, no? 'Di ba? Pagkatapos nun, ginamit ni RJ yung threat of him driving para sa step back na yon, 3 points ala Steph Curry, ala JJ. Ito naman, magtatakbo ang Hinebra ng triangle, diretso sila sa high ball screen kay RJ and Brownlee, mag-go over si Karakut, nakadrop dito si Manaytay, kasi nga yung threat of RJ Abariento, scoring, always drawing 2 defenders. So now, ngayon may dalawa kay RJ, libre ngayon si Brownlee sa pop, and magpa-pop dito sa 4-point area si Justin Brownlee. And yun yung maganda kasi kay RJ eh. Maraming magsasabi na yung mga ganyang plays, boy dribble noon from Kiefer, pero I'd argue, this is what you want from your point guard. 'Di ba? Ito yung gusto mong gawin ng point guard mo. Mag-probe, hanapin teammates, and kapag may scoring opportunity, mag-score. Yun naman talaga yun eh. Again, dito, ball screen kay Scottie, nag-go over in defense, may sumunod na screen kay Japet Aguilar, ni-reject niya. So, nag-spin move si RJ to play off Karakuts, very aggressive defense, yung point of attack nila, andito na sa taas, oh. Ayan, oh. So, ginamit ni RJ yung katawan niya kasi mas malapad siya eh. Spin move. So, now, RJ downhill, fake pass, and then drive floater. Another LA Tenorio-esque, Mark Agiwa-esque move from RJ Abarientos. And iniisip ko nung nakaraan, sa PBA ba, sino-sino lang yung mga point guard or yung mga guards na merong threat, or yung threat sila sa dribble pull-up 3, and at the same time, being able to probe, to drive, or kick to their teammates. Ang last na naisip ko si Alex Cabagnot. Kasi yes, Castro can pull up from 3, Castro can drive, pero mas downhill player si Castro. Si Bolick, yes, kaya niya rin, pero si Bolick kasi he kind of settles a lot eh. Diba? Settles a lot for the 3, settles a lot for the easier pass. Medyo one and done kasi type of offense si Bolick, pero yung talagang nagpo-probe ang naisip ko lang Kiefer tsaka Alex Cabagnot. And to some extent, LA Tenorio. Again, dito, RJ will give the ball to Troy Rosario sa high post. Supposedly, dapat magsaset siya dito ng screen for Ralph Koo, zoom action, pero i-reject ni RJ yung screen and babalik siya kay Troy Rosario sa handoff, and look at the defense, anong gagawin? They will go over, hindi pala go over, na-go under. So, tinirahan ni RJ ng 3 points kasi nag-go under eh. Dito pala yung mag-go over sa susunod na play. They will run the same play, pero si Ralph Koo naman yung magbibigay ng entry pass to Troy Rosario sa high post. And instead of Ralph Koo faking the screen and then going to Troy Rosario, nag-commit siya sa screen. Screen for RJ Abarientos dito, kind of a guard squeeze, zoom action, dribble handoff. Hindi nga dribble handoff eh. Nag-dribble ba si Troy? Yeah, dribble handoff. Nag-go over si Mamu. So now, nakadrop dito si Santi while si Mamu nasa likod ni RJ Abarientos. So it's an open 3 again for RJ Abarientos. Kasi, threat si RJ na titira eh. Pag nag-go under ka, titirahan ka. Pero pag nag-go over ka naman, threat siya as a downhill player. But at the same time, if yung pag-go over the screen, nakadrop yung big man sa tao ni Troy, open pa rin naman na 3 points yun. So, this is what RJ gives to Hinebra. Mahirap siyang bantayan kasi ang daming moving parts for you to lock him down. And ang importante doon is for the point of attack defense to be solid. Pero kung rain or shine ka, ilalaro mo ba si Joshua David ng 40 minutes para lang i-match up kay RJ Abarientos? Hindi rin naman. And again dito, they run a similar play, handoff sa tuktok, and now magiging ball screen from Brownlee to on RJ Abarientos. Nag-probe si Abarientos this time. Instead of settling sa 3 points, nakita niya na si JJ dito, show and recover. So he waited for JJ to recover. And pag recover dito ni JJ, 'di ba? Nag-probe si RJ, drive to the basket. Grabe, 'di ba? Read and react, not forcing things, letting the game come to him. Ika nga nila. And dito naman sa play na to, gusto ko lang i-highlight yung gravity ng isang RJ. At this point, ang dami nang nai-score ni RJ. Pero makikita nyo rito, Pinto, Brownlee, pick and roll sa pinch post, sa triangle offense. There's going to be a rebound screen cut here. Pero i-reject ni Jeremiah Gray. Babalik siya sa kabila para hilahin yung help defense. And RJ and Japet, parehas threat yan eh. So kung i-rainer siya in defense, you're going to pay attention. Dito, dalawa kumuha kay RJ. Literal, nakayakap kay RJ, dalawa. So enough na to occupy the help. And ngayon, walang help kay Pinto. Dumrive si Pinto mag-isa. Kasi lahat nakafocus kay RJ. And that's the gravity of RJ. Unti-unti na siya nagiging parang Steph Curry ng Pilipinas sa mga pinagagagawa niya. Speaking of dito, 2 on the ball, he waited until 1-on-1 na lang against Joshua David na very aggressive. So again, like ginawa niya kay Karakot kanina, he uses his wide body to spin off the defender, drew the foul and 1. Grabing shot making from RJ Abarientos, and this is how you respond after a game kung saan nag-struggle ka. And at this point, ayoko i-jinx, pero dapat siya na talaga yung clear-cut BPC eh. Kasi ngayon baka si Robert Bolick nagbi-beach sa Boracay or sa La Union, 'di ba? Habang si RJ Abarientos tumi 31 points against the best team right now sa PBA, which is the rain or shine. Sa eliminations, pero sa semifinals, that's a different story. Of course, we have to give credit pa rin naman to rain or shine. Wala namang masama doon, 'di ba? Pero we all know this is Ginebra's game to lose or series to lose kasi they have the advantage. They're looking like the better team right now. And one game na lang. Yan ang pinakamahirap i-close out ang serye. Pero I have trust in Ginebra. Kasi very genius move again from Coach Tim Con. In-expect ko, sa huling video ko, sabi ko magda-double down si Coach Tim Con sa kung anong alam niya. Pero ironically, ang ginawa ng Ginebra, bumomba ng 3 points. At they run the triangle to find 3-pointers. Tumina sila ng maraming tres and they set a lot of handoffs and ball screens for RJ Abarientos, which I did not expect. Pero yung tama ako do, hindi naman ayoko yung ganito na parang sabi ko, di ba? Pero I was right to start Troy. Tama yung yung prediction ko to start Troy, to put Japet off the bench. They had a moment naman si Japet tsaka si RJ, pero this is RJ's game talaga.